Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Mark, if you don't know me yet. This channel is basically me talking about Korean stuff and Korean culture and what to do in Korea. Well, basically introducing Korea to you guys who are very interested in its culture itself, its K-pop, its Korean dramas, etc. Anyways, before I start this video, if you haven't yet, if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please subscribe to my channel to show some support and so I can continue making these videos for you guys. Well, today is going to be a little different. I'll be talking about number one asked question on my channel. And the number one questions asked on my channel are, Chetna Gala says, can you please talk about vegetarian food in Korea? Sure. And Sarah Schlesinger says, any advice on food if you don't eat fish or meat? And Jana Shannon says, what if you're allergic to something they made for you? I have high food allergies and one religious food I cannot eat. I will have to be very careful when it comes to food. With those comments being said, I'm pretty sure you guys know what this video is going to be about. You know, even though I'm not vegan myself or vegetarian, I have tried being vegan with my friend for about a week or so, and trust me, it was difficult. To sum it all up, Korea is a meat-centric country that loves meat. So it's going to be hard to find vegan food or vegetarian food around the country itself. However, it is not impossible. Korea has been advancing in the vegan and vegetarian scene. With that being said, a lot more restaurants are opening up that are vegan and vegetarian friendly. Now, before we start, I want to introduce to you guys some terms, some sentences that you can use as a vegan in Korea, and they're going to be very helpful for you guys, and it's going to be very important that you know these sentences, because if you don't know these sentences, you know, it's going to be hard for you to ask what you want. The first sentence that I want to start off with is 저는 채식주의 자예요. 저는 채식주의 자예요. 저는 채식주의 자예요. 저는 채식주의 자예요. I am a vegan. That's what that means. If you're a vegan, you have to let them know that you're vegan, because if you say vegan to someone in Korea that's working at a restaurant, some of them might not know what the term vegan means. So if you translate that into Korean, they might know that. But if they're still confused, you can say 나는 고기를 먹지 않아요. 나는 고기를 먹지 않아요. I don't eat meat, which is basically saying you don't eat meat and you're a vegetarian. Or you could say 동물성 식품 들어있어요. One more time. 동물성 식품 들어있어요. 동물성 식품 들어있어요. Are there any animal-derived products in this? You want to say this to basically make sure that there's no animal products in the food that you're eating. And as a vegan and a vegetarian in Korea, that's very important for you, because there are some foods that I will introduce in just a bit that do have, you know, little tiny bits of like seafood or meat, such as beef stock and like anchovies, etc. Mixed in there. So it's very important to ask this question when you want to make sure that this food is strictly vegan, or else you're just going to feel really bad at the end of the day after knowing that you ate some food with anchovies and oysters and fish sauce, and basically you just fooled yourself. That sentence again is 동물성 식품 들어있어요. 동물성 식품 들어있어요. 동물성 식품 들어있어요. That's what it is. What to avoid when you're in Korea, when you're trying to be vegetarian or vegan, is to avoid fishes. Why? Because there's literally fish in everything. Sundubu, they put a little bit of anchovies in there and the broth. I know they put eggs in there. You know, but they usually put the eggs on the side, which is good. You can actually get sundubu that is vegan friendly if you ask them. Again, just let them know that 저는 채식주의 자예요. which means you are vegan. Then you can say 고기를 먹지 않아요, which means you don't eat meat. So I'm pretty sure they would get an idea of that. Banchan. Banchan is basically all those side dishes that they give you when you're eating outside at a restaurant, and most of those banchan is vegan except for that kimchi. You make sure that kimchi is vegan. Just ask. But it's really gonna be hard to find vegan kimchi in Korea because kimchi is a big thing in Korea. To make a good kimchi, you would need to add those additives. There's a kimchi that is vegan and it's from Mothers-in-Law. Mothers-in-Law makes vegan kimchi and it's basically Napa cabbage, and they don't use like oysters or fish sauce in the kimchi. If you could get that shipped to you in Korea, that would be great. But other than that, it's hard to find vegan kimchi. If you're a kimchi lover, I'm sorry, but it's hard to find vegan kimchi around Korea. Unless you go to one of the vegan restaurants, then you're all good. Number one thing is japchae. Japchae is basically glass noodles. They stir fry some vegetables in there. Sometimes it comes with pork, but you can ask for no pork. Again, you could say 고기를 먹지 않아요, which means you don't eat meat. So they'll understand that. Just let them know that no meat on the japchae. They'll most likely make it for you. If you're Filipino, it's kind of similar to pancit. I don't know if you guys know what pancit is, but pancit is basically all soy sauce base and stuff like that. I'm not sure if japchae is made out of soy sauce, but japchae is super good. And then tteokbokki. Tteokbokki is your friend. Tteokbokki is basically these rice cylindrical rice cakes, and it is spicy. You also have to be careful with tteokbokki though, because some tteokbokki come with fish cakes, and some tteokbokki actually have some what do you call this, anchovies in there, or like fish sauce. So you might want to ask about that. But usually when I make tteokbokki I just use like gochujang and like gochugaru and all that stuff. Like I don't even have to add all those like, you know, fish sauces and stuff like that in there to make it good. But again, like, you know, usually those street vendors that you see around, those usually are the ones that have like fish cakes and stuff like that. So you might want to ask about that as well. Kimchi pajeon. Pajeon is a pancake. So kimchi pajeon is basically a kimchi pancake. And like again, I said kimchi usually has fish in it, but you can always opt that out if you go to a vegan restaurant. Or you could just have pajeon with green onions or scallions. They also have those. Just ask them, hey, like, do you guys have pajeon? Pajeon is basically that with, it's usually with just scallions and stuff like that. Now on to some restaurants that you can be visiting in Korea. One of the restaurants in Korea is called Huggers or Huggos. Huggos is basically a vegan, they serve vegan burgers, desserts, drinks, and a portion of those actually get donated to the animal organization. So whatever they make, a portion of those go to an animal organization. Basically, if you eat there, you're basically helping them out, which is really good for not only you, but for other people as well. And also, it helps the restaurant. So this restaurant can be found in Seoul. Seoul is a very vegan-friendly city, and Seoul is where most of the tourists are. And there's other restaurants there that are vegan. Loving Hut. Loving Hut is great. Loving Hut is another restaurant which serves vegan-friendly food, Korean food, and they also have a buffet. They have one in Gyeonggi-do, Seoul, Jinju, Ulsan, Busan, Daegu. They're everywhere. So if you're planning to go to Korea, Loving Hut is another great restaurant to go to. Plant. Plant is a restaurant located in Seoul, and it's a 100% plant-based restaurant. They serve wraps, salads, desserts, it acts as a cafe, bakery, sandwiches, and it is located in Itaewon, and Itaewon is basically the foreigner-friendly place of Korea. Other than that, if you feel like you're lacking some nutrients, you can order from websites such as veganessentials.com or iherb.com, and you can ship those supplements to you at a very low price. So if you're looking to join a community that also has a bunch of vegan people in it, or people that are vegan and vegetarian, I highly suggest you join Facebook pages such as Seoul Veggie Club or Vegan Potluck. Seoul Veggie Club and Vegan Potluck basically are people that live in Seoul and are going through the same issues as you guys. And you guys can go ahead and share with each other like what foods you find and some, you know, like common things that you can laugh about how like when you order kimbap and it comes with, you ask them with no meat and stuff like that, and all of a sudden you get like freaking spam because they don't know that spam is meat. So yeah, you can laugh about things like that. These are pretty good organizations that you can join when you are in Korea, and you guys can meet up with each other and whatnot. And again, like, don't be afraid to ask the restaurant whether something has meat or whatnot. You know, like, I know language barrier, if you don't know Korean, language barrier is a lot hard, and it can be a little bit intimidating when you're trying to communicate with people in Korea because they might not understand what you're trying to say. But again, like, you can always write it down, or you can search it up on Naver. You know, it's that easy, and just show it to them like, hey, like, I don't eat meat, like, I am vegan or I'm vegetarian, and you know, they'll be more than happy to, you know, serve that to you, or just whatever food it is for you. Hopefully this video helped you in some way, in some point or another. But I'll be seeing you guys more in the upcoming videos, and if you have any questions, you know, again, feel free to subscribe, and then just comment below. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.